how to play, because I got it right.
You do know.
Because I know you pooped out a window. I can tell.
Alright, y'all. So this video is really just about, like, can we not be so classless? Can we not be so classless? Can we not be so classless, black women? The story that you guys are about to hear is just like, Jesus Christ. I'll let you guys hear it first, and then I'll give like what made me even want to make a video about this. Like, we can't be so classless, black women, and just think it's all play and cute and cool to be trashy. Like, yo. And it's not even about the fact that it happened. It's also the fact that you're just comfortable with just putting certain shit out there in the world. Like, god dang. Listen.
When it was out of the car and I held onto the steering wheel and hung my booty out, I was drunk. What?
All right, we're gonna listen to the beginning of this.
Pooping out the window.
Wait, the lie was that she tried to be a drug dealer.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
We really be confused.
I was right.
So it's basically like a game that we're playing, two truths and a lie. 3 of the options were: 1, I've never been a drug dealer, I've never pooped out the car window, and what was the third one? Let's just listen, and then I'll explain the part that I want to, like, yo, we can't just promote certain goofy shit as black women and put this out here and then you expect people to respect you. Like, this is tacky and classless, and there's a reason I'm sharing this video, so just listen first.
I'm
I'm the one that knows how to play, because I got it right.
You do know.
Because I know you pooped out a window. I can tell.
It wasn't out the window. It was out of the car and I held onto the steering wheel and hung my booty out. I was drunk.
Why did you do that?
Just
I got the
pooping.
runs really quickly.
Why
and I
did you
had
get all the way out and fly?
because I was scared. It was in the airport. It was busy. Like, I didn't want to just get all the way out and people call the police. That's illegal.
So you thought to poke your booty out.
I held onto the steering wheel, hung out, and started pooping.
You were driving and pooping?
I was driving and pooping. No. I wasn't driving and pooping. I was driving my car. I had to hang my booty out the lower part of the car door, and the car door was like blocking me so no one could see, and I was poop juice, was just falling. I don't know what happened.
You're a sick bitch.
Yo, it's one thing if that happened, fine. That's a conversation that you need to have off camera. Like, it's this like culture of no class. It's black women are in this culture where there's no, there's tackiness is okay. Being classless is okay. Being cheap and just talking about certain things is becoming okay amongst black women. The main reason I even wanted to talk about this is because I've watched their show before. It's Cocktails is the name of the podcast. Every now and then when I'm in that girly mood, just in the mood to just hear girl shit, goofy topics, I'll check it out. It has its fun moments, I'll put it that way. But it's not the kind of show that I'm like, I would ever really promote or rep for women. But it is fun. It does have its fun moments. So, I don't want to just knock all the way. But the main reason I brought it up is because now on their podcast, they both have that move. They both have that mentality on their podcast of just, being too, that perspective of the way women think today, like men, like they're too good for men, or he could never, or I could never, that type of mentality. But it's like, the reason I even wanted to make this video was because I remember there's only one person in my life that I've ever heard say a story like this. And it came from a homeless man. A homeless man telling me about his homeless girlfriend. They were homeless and all they did was have a truck that they slept in. That was their house, everything. And his girlfriend was this like tweaker, alcoholic, just sloppy, junky kind of a chick. Just homeless and out there. And he was bummed out too. I don't like calling people bums, but he was bummed out too. Homeless, just didn't have ish. Just wanted, like, they were outside people, basically. And he was sharing the story with me one day, and he was repulsed. This is a homeless man who sleeps outside. Was talking to me about his girlfriend. Telling me about how the one time she shit outside their door. He was telling me about how, man, this one time she was so drunk. She opened the car door and just took a dump right next to the car. He was like, her butt. He was like, everything was just right there. And this is a homeless man talking about his junkie girlfriend. And he was speaking from like how embarrassed he was that people had to walk by and like see poop next to their car, knowing that was human poop, and how he had to move and drive his car to a different location that they could sleep at So people didn't know that was them. And this is a homeless person sharing this story with me. And he was sharing it like whispering it almost like he was gossiping. Like he knew that was some major embarrassing shit to be telling me about his girlfriend. But he was at the point where he was just venting and pissed off with her or whatever the heck it is. And he was just going on. And to him, that was like the lowest thing for this woman to be able to do, was for her to open the door and just take a dump right next to the car. And he was just like, man, you're not going to believe how nasty this chick really is. And so he's complaining about her. And the act he was complaining about was her taking a dump right out, like opening the car door and pooping right there. Just tucking her, basically what this chick just described. He was venting about her just opening the door, sticking her butt out and pooping right there. Now, this is a homeless man and his homeless girlfriend talking about this story. Now, this is something, as I was hearing it, my mouth was open. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But I would only have expected to ever hear this coming out of like homeless stories, coming from the homeless life. People that sleep outside, wipe themselves down at McDonald's because they don't have showers type mentality, like junkies and tweakers. That's the story I will expect to hear from these kind of people. Not from this. Not from this kind of platform from women today who act like they're too good for certain kind of things. From women who act like they're too good for certain kind of men. Like they're just so, I would never movement of women today. Black women especially, all women really nowadays, but black women especially. So it's just, I shared to show like, yo, a homeless man was embarrassed knowing he was sharing some faulty information about his homeless girlfriend. Like if homeless people are even embarrassed to talk about something, yeah, why is this woman who is on a higher page walks around like they shit don't stink, but these are their habits? So much so that the shame is lacking so much that you have no problem putting this information on a major platform. You have no problem sharing some shameful, disgusting habits that a homeless, dirty man outside was even self-conscious about sharing it. But now let them talk about homeless people. They will talk about homeless people like they're so much better than them. Maybe not in a way of putting homeless people down, but ask them if they'll ever be with a homeless person. Girl, please, never. But yeah, you're doing your habits is that even homeless people are looking at you like, bitch, I would never. So it's like, what are black women getting comfortable with? Like, what are black women getting comfortable with is what that shows to me. That's why when I was here, like I was just watching this podcast, just watching the show, just kind of like, enjoying some girl chat. And then she started sharing the story and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you even comfortable enough to share this on a major national platform? Like that shows the element of shame that has left the black women community, that such a story is just like, okay, not even a big deal. That you're sharing it and nobody even really reacted. It was just like, oh, you nasty. And then, okay, moving on. Like you're comfortable sharing a story about you literally sticking your booty out your car door. And she said it was diarrhea. Like, blah, blah, blah. And you're cool telling the whole world this shit, but then you'll be the same one in the next breath acting like you just too good for this kind of a dude and you too good for that kind of a situation, or you're too this or you're too that. But yet, look at your actions. So I share this for really just for the condition of black women today in America is like, man, we have to start feeling some kind of shame, man. You just have to, because there's so much lack of shame going on that we really have to start begging y'all to have some shame. That's a story that should have been shared amongst amongst themselves as girlfriends off camera. Like we can't be comfortable with certain shit. Like you just can't. Like we can't be comfortable with certain things and expect to walk out and somebody's supposed to look at you with respect in their eyes. Like you just can't. But she will share it and expect people to just like, oh, it's just me. And like, we'll see a dude tell her, oh, I'm only spending $100 on you on a date. And she'll be like, oh, what do you think I am? Just $100 on a date? Like, I don't know if that's her per se. I'm just saying this is the culture of women that she comes from, that she represents. I've watched their show called it's Cocktails Podcast. This is what they talk about, is another one of these women kind of podcasts. Like I say, I'm not trying to knock it all the way, because every now and then I do enjoy it just to get some simple when you're not trying to have anything serious on your brain. But still, it's like, as black women, we got to get some shame. You have to get some shame back in your culture. We're too comfortable with just women out here with their pussy open. We're too comfortable with bitches out here just with their titties out and nipples out. Every single one of these chicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, all their Instagram pages are full of pussy pictures, just pussy spread open, titties out, nipple pics, ass cheeks, they're in thongs every day. Like, we got to start getting away from this culture. You just can't be comfortable with certain shit anymore. Like, that was repulsive. That was a repulsive story to share. Like, it was just so casual. And it shows the mentality, because what she shared as so casual, but still would want to stay in the lane like she that bitch, part of that bitch crew. But the story you shared is a story that a homeless man sleeping outside, like the image of homeless people is that they are the grungiest in society. They are the nastiest. They are the ones you expect to find the nastiest habits. But it says something major when a homeless person is looking at the habit you are doing as something he would never even consider. His girl, who was a homeless junkie out there, I seen a girl, just one of them, alcoholic, just out there in the streets. And he was literally like, couldn't believe this. He was disgusted, like, man, now I gotta see human poop right outside my car, outside my truck. They had a truck. So he was venting, really upset, like, damn. Like, he was like, how would somebody just do that? He was like, how is it okay? How would you think it's okay as a woman to just open the door and take a shit right there? He was genuinely confused as a homeless, dirty guy. But here come these extra clean super bitches of today whose shit in their eyes never stinks. They're sharing a story that, a homeless person is like, how could you? Like, real talk. And the madness is that this was shared so casually. Like, as black women, we gotta have a little bit more class in our game. This is getting too tacky. This is getting too classless. This is getting too repulsive. This is shameful as shit. Like, this is like, what the fuck? I was not expecting this podcast to go there. I was just watching it just to hear some girl time. And then she hit me with that I was like, like, what am I hearing? And the only thing that keeps popping into my mind is like, this was diarrhea that you're talking about. So you just shit outside your car. She's talking about if I let this keep going, you will hear her talk about how she didn't even have a wipe to wipe. So the shit is just, so you just pooped out there next to your sidewalk, in the parking lot. You drove off. So where my head is at is like, God damn, I feel sorry for the next person who had to drive up and pull into this parking lot and was getting out of their car. And right before they stepped out of their car, looked on the floor and was like, oh, it's like that person or the person who didn't look out their car before they stepped out and just stepped out and like, oh, you stepped in diarrhea. God! Like, why is this okay? Like, why were you okay sharing this? Why were you okay sharing this? And why, like, is this just normal? Like, everybody just kind of, oh, God, girl, you nasty. Okay, well, moving on. Like, that's some nasty shit. I remember when this homeless person was telling me about this story, I was grossed out. He was disgusted beyond reason, which is why he was even like, he felt he had to vent. Because he was telling me, like, man, you ain't gonna believe what this bitch did. He was saying it like it was the nastiest thing somebody could ever have done in his life. And he's homeless, sleeping outside with people who piss on themselves. But here come these extra clean bitches, just comfortable with fucking shameful ass, just shameless behavior, man. This is tacky. Let me see if she talks about it a little bit more. But honestly, I think I've said all I had to say. I just wanted to, like, black women, we got to do better. We can't be comfortable out here just putting this fucking trashy content out here. And it's cool. And you all justify it because you all got long tacky nails and you think you that bitch because you got this shit on. Like, yo, man, where's the brain at? It's time to put the paint brushes down, put the lip glosses down, put the weaves down that don't belong to you, and let's start building up brain cells again. Let's start building up just fucking like dignity again. Let's start building up some self-respect again. You can't be out here telling the whole world how you shit diarrhea shit out your car window and it's just cool. And you think you're gonna go back to talking that talk like you that bitch? Oh, come on, black women. Come on, man. Let's see if there's anything else to listen to.
If I ever become something in life, that's gonna surface. Remember, this bitch was shitting out of her car.
I knew that was right. I can't believe y'all thought that. When I heard that one,
And I have
that's
no
facts.
life. I just had to ride home with drug dealer. Booty hole.
that's why she said her booty was.
Them two in the middle were just like, okay now. Like too fucking much. Like, how do you not have any shame? Even the two in the middle, yeah, their faces saying that, but they should have still been like, girl, that's too much information, especially for the fucking cameras. Tell me that when the cameras aren't rolling and we're not out here putting this out to the world, cause yo, nah.
On our
She
episode.
tried to put it on us.
Ooh, she do
No,
be
we
having
ain't
booty
got creamy
cream.
booty.
We're gonna start calling her creamy booty Badine.
All right, black women, that's all I got for y'all. Just let we. Oh my God! And these will be the same women that'll turn around and be like, "Oh, I am demanding respect. You must respect me." Come on, man. The world, people in this world aren't stupid. You can't do shit like this and then really expect people to give you that worthy respect, nigga. They will tolerate you in the world, but ain't nobody respecting that shit. But anyways, y'all, I'm not trying to shit on their podcast. It is fun every now and then. Both of their podcasts, Poor Minds and Cocktails. It's fun podcast every now and then to check out. Can't be, not, it's every now and then it's fun to check out just to be in girl time and bullshit girl mood when you're not trying to think of anything serious. Just get a couple laughs in. They're fun, but still though. Anyways, on NATO, peace.